Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what I'm going to be talking about here is move away from the politics a little bit. Move away from something that is, kind of just gut-wrenching everybody. We're going to be talking about a game here, game that I played, and Space Marine 2. Yeah, that game. And it's quite interesting because the CEO has completely blasted these guys, the woke media, the people that hate all of us, and they're really just not going too great here for them. So, right, what we have here is that, of course, we have Warhammer Space Marine 2 dev won't say whether imposing morals on gamers. YouTube comment is from a CEO. This is by Kate Bailey. And we'll be going over this exactly, right? So, what this is from JMReports saying, Space Marine 2 boss and former ID Software CEO reckon the Warhammer hit is the fastest selling game we've ever worked on, including all the Quake, Doom, Wolfenstein, and Rage games. And of course, we have this as well. Alleged Space Marine 2 CEO comment, blast games that impose morals. We'll be going over that briefly as well. And then, of course, we have Warhammer 40,000. Space Marine 2 developer admits games at Embracer made him want to cry with their overblown attempts at messaging or imposing morals on gamers. And here is what this had to say here, right? This is from Matthew Karch, the CEO. Hey man, CEO of Saber here. I love your videos. When we signed the deal to make Space Marine 2, all I wanted was a throwback game. We had the chance to work on something which by its nature was old school. I can't even comprehend many of the current games that we play these days. They are too complex and too much of an investment. We worked on Halo back in the day, and that game could be distilled down to the simplest of shooting loops, but it was entirely addicting. That is what we wanted to recapture. I hope that games like Space Marine 2 and Wukong are the start of a reversion to a time when games were simply about fun and immersion. I spent some time as a chief operating officer at Embracer, and I saw games that are there that made me want to cry with their overblown attempts at messaging or imposing morals on gamers. We just want to do some glory kills and get the heart rate up a little. For me, that is what games should be about. And of course, this person also said here, the creative director of the game here. I wrote Space Marine 2 along with Craig Sherman, Randy Beagle, and Matthew Garcia Dunn. Hearing everything you have to say about the story and characters resonates so strongly with our actual approach. It's great to hear you calling out the exact things that we intentionally focused on. It was 4.5 years of intense work and passion, and watching videos like this makes it all worth it. And of course, we have this idiot here. This guy, Kotaku, senior at Kotaku. I asked Saber for comment on if this is really Matt March's account or not. Says it reads like an anti-woke Crusader slot, but haven't heard back yet. The account was only created in May, and the bio reads generic mail of sorts. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but alright. And then why Space Marine 2 exec's YouTube comment became a lightning rod. So of course, Kotaku, IGN, all these stupid, dumb media journalists, which are not actually journalists, they're just propagandists at this point, that hate games, they're all just going after this guy, right? They're all just hating on him, and trying to smear him. And it's not working, because we, the gaming community, understand what is a great game. And let me put this in perspective here, guys. I have played about, let me pop it open, because I actually have Steam, as every gamer does. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have about 20 hours of Space Marine 2 on here, right? 20 hours. And then with Wukong, because I've also played Wukong, guys, I have 7.9 hours. I haven't had time to get around to playing this game all that much. So, give it be as may, I've been busy with doing other stuff. But I have 7.9 hours, and I want to play more of this game. But I have played these games, and I have enjoyed playing these games. It's one of those few times in my life, well, in the recent, not my life, but one of the few times in the past decade, where I wanted to go back to the game and actively wanting to play it. Me and my friends play this game almost on the regular every time in the evening. And we are tired of games being pushed of morals, wokeness, and all this stuff shoved down our throats and being explained to us like we have to accept this. Gamers are tired of this. Woke media is really just destroying gaming, destroying movies, and it's just quite insane. And I think that it's come to the realization here that everybody is sick and tired of it, and we just don't want it anymore. We have come across today where every single game that has DEI or this insane stuff in all reality is just so draining. Why do you think there's so many people watching anime outside of it being really good and stuff like that? Why do you think people being watching anime and skipping away from media and stuff like that? It's because anime gives you a very non-in-your-face woke agenda, and it just tells you a story that you can sit down and enjoy and remove yourself from actual life. Whereas, if you go into American media, Western media, anything of that sort, it's always talking about trans this, women's rights this, men bad, and all that stuff, and people are so sick and tired of it. Even I think the women are honestly getting tired of this as well. So when we go and talk about these things, and why a lot of these woke games like Conquered and whatever that other woke game is, can't even remember because it's so irrelevant. Like, these games are failing, it's because people are tired of it. We don't want it. And then Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming out, and nobody wants that game. It got blasted by Japan because Japan has very strong cultural values, and nobody wants to watch it or play it, and they're blasting it because it criticizes the culture. Because these people try to act like they're moral and grandstanding, and we love these people. Yet at the same time, they backstab their culture. They add like same culture to what they have into the game, and then worse, for the Shadow of Assassin's Creed, they add hip hop. Like, all black people want to watch this, and it's an insult to Japanese culture because that's not what it is. So again, people are tired of this. I love to see it. The CEO is based as all hell, and it's just something that the woke media is losing control over. Gamers are choosing the games that they want to play. People don't bring out these woke games, people. Keep on bringing out these woke games. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to make sales. They're going to fail, and you're going to be in desperate and need trouble. Ubisoft is not doing well, by the way. So keep on hiring these woke DEI hires. See what happens. Because it ain't going to go well for you. Not at all. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.